I was drafted. It was my second semester at Kansas State University. And the first semester went well. Second semester I was kind of goofing around. And so, but the numbers came in, and I was in that group that was going to get picked up. And and of course I was raised in an Army family, so the idea of serving was not novel or unusual. I wouldn't say it was expected, but when I got the draft notice, I had decided. By then, my father had retired, and I had decided if I was going to be drafted, I might as well enlist. So I enlisted in the Marine Corps in Manhattan. And of course, when I told him that, he about flipped. He said, "You did what?" He said, "Do you even know what you've done?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to serve." Yeah.
When I first joined, I was in the Marines in World War II. And when I came out of the Marines, I wanted to go to a school, but they told me I couldn't go to school in the Marines. I said, "Why?" "Because you're not Caucasian." I said, "Okay, I'll go and do my duty." And my duty was driving trucks, hauling ammunition. I did that for 18 months. And I said, "Well, I'll get my discharge from the Marines. I'll go to the Army, I'll go to school." So that's what I did. I went to the Army, and went to Korea, and also Vietnam. And that's when I got my rank. When I came out of the Marines and came to the Army, I made it up to 3 stripes. And I wore those 3 stripes for 12 years, while other guys around me all making all kinds of promotions. I've seen guys from privates up to master sergeants. And I'm still wearing 3 stripes for 12 years.
When you find yourself faced with a situation where it's what we call do or die, and you know some of us are going to be in this battle and many of us may not return, and you find the chaplain, the preacher, John, right along with us. See? I mean, but of course he may not have had the rocket launcher or the long rifle, but he had the pistol. And one thing I really feel encouraged in, we had a chaplain we called Chaplain Miller, and we got pinned in a situation we could see men just running along the area, enemy, and some fine, some going in the ground, popping up out of holes. And this man was running along with the 45, and he was just shooting. And this, when we as civilians think of that now, we may think of it as a discriminative shooting, but when you're in combat and you're trying to be overpowered and you have to overcome that power, and you see a man of God out there shooting while you are managing the fight, the battle itself, then you really can feel happy.
And I used to have to fly with that equipment back and forth. And unfortunately, the morgue that was used out of Vietnam was in Okinawa. And the most vivid thing that sticks out into my mind is that a lot of times when I would be traveling from Saigon, Vietnam, back to Okinawa, they would have to put my equipment on a pallet on a C-5 or a C-141 aircraft. But along with my equipment were pallets and pallets of silver caskets. And a lot of times there was no room for me to even sit down on that aircraft. I would have to sleep on top of my equipment. And I can look back, my equipment was normally the first stuff that was on the aircraft, and I could look back and there would be 8 to 10 pallets of silver caskets of dead soldiers on those caskets.